ask the young men, and not so young, invest in your wives. If you have not invested in your wife, please invest. Mzee invested so much, so heavily in me. When we say for better or worse, the better for me was much longer than for worse. When it became necessary for me to serve him, I had no reservation. I was ready to look after Mzee because over the years, he had invested in me, he had loved me so deeply, and for better was so long. And so, when it became necessary, I was there available.
On behalf of the Council of Governors and all the 47 county governments, we are here to give Mzee a dignified send-off. We learn and draw inspiration from Simeon Nyachae's character, his dedication to public service, and his devotion to family.
Mzee Nyachae and my father and our family have a long and rich history. So today, when it's the day that we are resting Mzee, it's important that we reflect on his life. We've had a personal experience with him. He was a man of great character, intelligent man, loyal man, determined man. We will miss him. And he was a loving father. I remember when he used to come home, what struck you was his sternness. I've heard that he was a disciplinarian, that he was, but his intelligence and his quiet intelligence and his loyalty.
Korera zangu wa Kisii, Mbiamuri. Sasa nilisema tulipokuwa Nairobi kwamba huyu mzee alikuwa na roho safi sana. And we miss him. When I first was face to face with Mzee Simeon Nyachae, I'd just been appointed an assistant minister by Mzee Moi, actually on the Fool's Day, so I thought I was being fooled. And Mzee Nyachae then was the chief secretary, so it's the one who was to swear me in as perhaps the youngest assistant minister. But I didn't know that, Your Excellency, to go to State House, you don't drive pickups there. So I drove myself in a pickup. And that is a product of Sekuru. And when I got to State House, after swearing in, I explained to Mzee Nyachae that this is how I came. He took pity on me and actually gave me a lift, I think in his famous Mercedes that was mentioned earlier on. And I felt completely appreciated. Later on, of course, we had to join together with him in cabinet as a minister for agriculture, very authoritative. And of course, as the chief secretary also that time, he did quite a lot to create the precursor to devolution, rural strategy, the strategy for rural development. And so we honor him. And we appreciate that God gave Mzee Nyachae to us. But there was also the Christian aspect of Mzee Nyachae. Mama Grace, you remember, I'm quite sure people like Sam Owen, if they are not here, they were definitely in Nairobi. That network of friends would just meet and pray for each other.
But who was Nyachae? A great public servant. He was a chief secretary, but he never proclaimed himself as the chief secretary. You felt it. You just felt it. Kuna watu wengine katika Kenya hii, he must remind you, mimi ni waziri, mimi ni governor, mimi ni PC, mimi ni nani. But this guy, he just moved and you felt it.
Our friend Mzee Nyachae, Excellency the President, all protocols observed. Abagusi Mbuyamuri. Amjambo yote.
As I said in the church the other time, we have come to mourn a great Kenyan. Simeon Nyachae, by all accounts, and everything that has been said about him, was a great Kenyan and a great human being. I explained at the time the relationship between the late Musa Nyandusi's family and the family of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. We are family, and I've explained how I first came to Nyosia in 1954 when I was a small boy, the home of the late Paramount Chief Musa Nyandusi. He was a great friend of Jaramogi, and therefore we are a family. I have had occasion to have long discussions with Simeon, together with our late friend, the late Job Omino. And through those discussions, we shared a lot with Nyachae. Nyachae is somebody who was schooled in the tradition of the British civil service, which basically promotes excellency and correctness in service of the people. He served at a time when